Welcome to another show. Today, we're going to look at two influential science fiction television series, The X-Files versus Fringe, a comparative analysis.
Agent Mulder, I'm Dana Scully. I've been assigned to work with you.
Oh, isn't it nice to be suddenly so highly regarded?
No, I'm going to get answers. And if I find out that you did anything to Olivia, then I'm going to kill you.
Few series in science fiction television have left as an indelible mark as The X-Files and Fringe. Both shows delve into the unexplained, the paranormal, and the conspiratorial, capturing viewers' imaginations with their complex narratives and compelling characters. While they share thematic similarities, each series possesses its unique style, approach, and legacy. This document compares The X-Files and Fringe, exploring their narratives, characters, themes, and overall impact on the genre. The X-Files, created by Chris Carter, premiered in 1993 and ran for 11 seasons. The series follows FBI agents Fox Mulder, played by David Duchovny, and Dana Scully, played by Gillian Anderson, as they investigate unsolved cases involving paranormal phenomena.
Life is like a box of chocolates. Cheap, thoughtless, perfunctory gift that nobody ever asks for.
Despite what I'd promised, what I fully intended to do, that I could never take Peter back.
The show is known for its Monster of the Week episodes, standalone stories focusing on various supernatural occurrences, and its overarching mythology, which delves into government conspiracies, alien abductions, quest for truth. The central theme of The X-Files is the search for the truth, encapsulated by the iconic tagline, "The truth is out there." Mulder, the believer, and Scully, the skeptic, represent two sides of the same coin, challenging each other's perceptions and pushing the boundaries of belief and science. The show explores themes of trust, faith, and the unknown, often leaving viewers with more questions than answers. Did you know that famous echoing chord from the theme music was a fluke? Composer Mark Snow accidentally rested his elbow on the keyboard with the echo function on, and he liked the resulting sound so much, he wrote the theme around it. When Gillian Anderson got pregnant at the start of the first season, some network executives wanted her role recast. Executive producer Chris Carter adamantly refused their request. In the early years of the series, Mulder is a firm believer in extraterrestrials and Scully is skeptical. In real life, this is the opposite, David Duchovny being the skeptic and Gillian Anderson the believer.
Well, I came here to tell you that if he dies because of what you've done, 4 days from now, nobody will stop me from being the one that'll throw the switch and gas you out of this life for good, you son of a...
Chris Carter wanted the show to end after the 5th season, when his original contract, as well as those of Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny, expired. Carter wanted to continue the story in a series of feature films, starting with The X-Files in 1998. The Fox network, however, found demand for the show too high to cancel the series, so they instead mandated the film to fit in between seasons 5 and 6 of the show. Carter found writing seasons 5 and 6, as well as the film, very difficult, as he had to craft a screenplay that would not require the audience to have seen the show to understand it, and episodes of the series that would tie into the film, but not really directly on the film's plot to make sense. Despite their chemistry and the deliberately slow-burning sexual tension of their characters, both Duchovny and Anderson have admitted that they were less close and bickered with each other due to the long hours of shooting in Vancouver during the show's initial run. After the show ended in 2002, they increased their natural rapport and now consider themselves great friends and closer to each other than their spouses. Given the height differences between David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, Anderson used to stand on a box dubbed the Gilly Board. According to Anderson, sometimes she used to forget about its presence and trip over it. Although David Duchovny had been asked many times to have Gillian Anderson guest star in an episode of his series Californication from 2007, he has said that he would never do that because he wanted to preserve their special relationship as Mulder and Scully.
And the Emmy goes to Gillian Anderson.
At 29, Gillian Anderson was the first actress to win an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and a SAG Award in the same year, and the youngest actress to win a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series since Lindsay Wagner won at the age of 28 in 1977 for The Bionic Woman. Over the years, the Scully effect, which consists in how young women have chosen to join law enforcement and medicine as a result of their admiration for the inner strength of Scully has grown all over the world. Gillian Anderson has stated that she based her approach in the role of Dana Scully on Jodie Foster's performance as Clarice Starling in The Silence of the Lambs. Ironically, a contractual obligation to the X-Files prohibiting her from playing an FBI agent in any other role prevented her from being offered the part of Clarice Starling in the silent sequel Hannibal. Later, she joined the Hannibal series as Bedelia Dumire. The series' science consultant Anne Simon, a virologist in the University of Massachusetts, wrote a nonfiction book in 1999 titled The Real Science Behind the X-Files: Microbes, Meteorites, and Mutants. Chris Carter lists All the President's Men as one of the inspirations for its television series. There are numerous references to the film, including the shadowy and former Deep Throat meetings in underground parking garages and hints at conspiracies which stretch all the way to the FBI. Chris Carter based the character of the cigarette-smoking man on E. Howard Hunt, while William B. Davis has cited Adolf Hitler and Saddam Hussein as inspiration for his performance. Lucy Lawless' Season 9 character Shannon McMahon was meant to become a major recurring character in the show's final season. High-risk pregnancy, however, forced Lawless to leave the show after only 2 appearances.
Chloramine is just a substitute for chlorine. You can drink it, and it's harmless.
Unless someone were to quietly go and change its molecular makeup.
You once built a door that let you walk between worlds. Tell me how you did it.
How are things on your side?
Now let's look at Fringe, which was created by J.J. Abrams. Alex Kurtzman and Robert Orci, aired from 2008 to 2013, spanning 5 seasons. The series centers on the FBI's Fringe division, led by Agent Olivia Dunham, played by Anna Torv. Scientist Walter Bishop, played by John Noble, and his son Peter Bishop, played by Joshua Jackson. The team investigates Fringe science cases, including parallel universes, time travel, and advanced biotechnology. Fringe blends episodic storytelling with a serialized narrative, gradually building a complex mythology involving alternate realities and multidimensional threats. The show's theme revolves around the consequences of scientific experimentation, the nature of identity, and the interconnectedness of different worlds. Unlike The X-Files, Fringe leans more heavily into science fiction, focusing on speculative technology and the ethical dilemmas it presents. In the episode The Dreamscape, the victim that fell from the massive Dynamics building had a flight booked on Oceanic Air to Omaha, the same airline featured in Lost from 2004. Oceanic Air is a fictional airline used in several Hollywood productions where bad things happen to aircraft. Real airlines are understandably reluctant to be associated even with the fictional crashes and hijackings. It goes back at least to Executive Decision from 1996 with Kurt Russell and Halle Berry. The Fringe team has several encounters with a man named David Robert Jones. In the second season, they fight a visitor from the alternate universe named Thomas Jerome Newton. David Robert Jones was David Bowie's real name, and Thomas Jerome Newton was the name of the character he played in The Man Who Fell to Earth. Bet you didn't know that. When the adult Peter first arrives in the alternate universe, slightly altered DC comic book covers can be seen mounted on a wall. One is a crossover issue starring Red Lantern and Red Arrow. In our universe, both characters are associated with the color green. The other is what appears to be a copy of a Superman comic, The Man of Steel Returns. In our universe, this is a Batman title called The Dark Knight Returns. Superman's distinctive red cape can be seen in place of Batman's black cape on the shadowy hero. Both covers have distinctive red colors. In the alternate reality, Eric Stoltz is billed as star of Back to the Future in 1985, and he was also billed that way in the Flash alternate universe of the last Flash movie. Eric Stoltz was originally cast in the role before being replaced by Michael J. Fox. Although Walter usually gets Astrid's first name wrong, he always gets her last name right. There have been several indications that in the alternate universe, Humphrey Bogart was not a movie star, or at least did not have the same career he had in the real world. Lincoln identifies Cary Grant, not Bogart, as the actor who plays the Sam Spade role in The Maltese Falcon from 1941, and Folivia identifies as Ronald Reagan, not Bogart, as the male star of Casablanca in 1942. Ronald Reagan was originally considered for the part of Rick in Casablanca before Bogart was given the part. Unlike other actors who've gone bald for their characters, such as Michael Rosenbaum's decision to shave his head to play Lex Luthor in Smallville, Michael Servants, who plays the Observer, was already shaved bald before being cast. He first shaved his head in 1993 while playing Tommy in the Broadway musical The Who's Tommy, because he wore a wig in that show and found it more comfortable to put the wig over a shaved head. However, Service does not have eyebrows. On a map on the wall in Walternet's office, the western half of California is missing. In real life, the state is bisected by the San Andreas Fault, running from north to south, hinting that a massive earthquake took place in the alternate timeline to put half of the state in the ocean. There have been several indications that in the alternate universe, the West Wing did not end with its 7th season, but is in fact still running, albeit with a Barack Obama-like presidential character instead of President Santos, played by Jimmy Smits, whose inauguration ended the real show. The real West Wing, from 1999, was originally supposed to have been a black president, but Sidney Poitier turned down the role that eventually went to Martin Sheen. Lance Reddick and Blair Brown appeared in so few episodes in Season 5 because of budget cuts. In an episode, while looking for Dr. William Bell, played by Leonard Nimoy, copy of ZFT, it shows a small collection of books, and one of the books has Dr. Spock written large on the binding, in reference to Nimoy's famous role as Mr. Spock in the Star Trek franchise. However, Dr. Spock was a real-life child psychologist, and Nimoy's fictional character was Mr. Spock. In the alternate universe, a radio broadcast indicates that President Kennedy was not assassinated. There is also a photo of a gray-haired Kennedy on Walternet's desk. The dynamic between Mulder and Scully is the heart of the X-Files. Mulder's unwavering belief in the paranormal and his relentless pursuit of the truth often put him at odds with Scully's scientific skepticism and rationality. The relationship evolves from a professional partnership to a deep personal connection marked by mutual respect and loyalty. The chemistry between Duchovny and Anderson is a significant factor in the show's enduring appeal. Supporting characters such as FBI Assistant Director Walter Skinner, Mitch Pileggi, and the enigmatic cigarette-smoking man, played by William B. Davis, add depth to the narrative, enriching the show's intricate web of conspiracies and secrets.
Is it worth it? Is this cassette worth risking everything?
I'll tell you when I find out what's on it. Now just tell me who I can talk to about breaking that code.
I never meant to hurt anyone. I can change, you see. I can make up for all the harm I've done.
Fringe features a strong ensemble cast, with the relationship between Olivia, Walter, and Peter at its core. Olivia's determination and resilience drive the team's investigations, while Walter's genius and eccentricity provide scientific insight and comic relief. Peter bridges Olivia and Walter, grounding the team with his pragmatism and emotional intelligence. The show also introduces complex characters such as Astrid Farnsworth, played by Jessica Nicole, who assists Walter in this lab, and Philip Boyles, played by Lance Reddick, the head of the Fringe division. The intricate bond between the characters, particularly the father-son relationship between Walter and Peter, adds emotional depth to the series. The X-Files is widely regarded as one of the most influential science fiction series ever. Its blend of horror, mystery, and conspiracy theory captivated audiences and inspired a generation of filmmakers and writers. The show's impact extends beyond television, with 2 feature films and a revival series that aired from 2016 to 2018. The X-Files also contributed to popularizing internet fandoms and online communities dedicated to dissecting its intricate plot lines and hidden meanings. The series' exploration of themes such as government mistrust and the existence of extraterrestrial life resonated with viewers during the 1990s and continues to be relevant today. The X-Files remains a cultural touchstone with iconic imagery and memorable catchphrases in the collective consciousness. While Fringe may not have achieved the same mainstream success as The X-Files, it has garnered a dedicated fan base and critical acclaim for its ambitious storytelling and innovative approach to science fiction. The show's exploration of alternate realities and parallel universes has influenced subsequent genre series, and its emphasis on character-driven narratives set it apart from other procedural dramas. Fringe pushed the boundaries of what science fiction television could achieve, blending procedural elements with high-concept science fiction. Its willingness to take narrative risks and delve into complex philosophical questions has earned it a lasting legacy within the genre. Both The X-Files and Fringe have left an indelible mark on the landscape of science fiction television. While The X-Files is celebrated for its pioneering approach to paranormal investigation and its profound cultural impact, Fringe is lauded for its innovative storytelling and exploration of speculative science. Each series offers a unique perspective on the unknown, inviting viewers to question the nature of reality and the limits of human understanding. In the end, whether one prefers the eerie mysteries of The X-Files or the mind-bending adventures of Fringe, both stand as a testament to the power of science fiction to captivate, challenge, and inspire. The truth is out there, and sometimes it lies just beyond the fringes of our perception.
Thanks, Kevin. I'll take it from here. That was our show for today. What did you think? Do you remember these shows? Did you like one over the other? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. While you're at it, I'd be honored if you subscribe to my channel, click the bell to stay informed, and check out my Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter franchise also in the comments. Until next time, this is Axel, and for Kevin Given saying live long and prosper. May the force be with you and keep reaching for the stars.